Hey everyone, and welcome to my entire Terry Pratchett collection video. I talk a lot on this channel about the Discworld and Terry Pratchett, this kind of thing, but I've never actually gone through all of the books on this channel that I own of Terry Pratchett. So what I thought I'd do today is go through all of them in terms of every single one that I own, and then also within sort of the mini orders within the Discworld. So there are going to be some missing because we don't own all of them, but we own a fair few of them. There's a couple that have doubled up in book form, then also audiobook form, this kind of thing. So let's just get into the collection, shall we? We're going to start with the Rincewind series just because that's where I'm starting. So we have The Colour of Magic. We also have The Light Fantastic, Sorcery, Eric, Interesting Times, The Last Continent in a completely different style. You will notice throughout here that we have some varying different paperback styles and hardback styles, and just a mix in a way that I feel like Terry Pratchett would be proud of the chaos. The Last Hero, which is a giant graphic novel version. And then speaking of graphic novels, we've also got The Colour of Magic and Light Fantastic, also in graphic novel version. Then if we go on to Death, we have Mort, Reaper Man, and The Hogfather, which is a personal favourite of mine. Onto the Witches, we have Equal Rights, Weird Sisters, Lords and Ladies, and Masquerade. Then if we go on to Tiffany Aching, there is The We Free Men, and then also I Shall Wear Midnight, skipping the two books in between these two books, and then the final one also in this series because, like I said, this is absolute chaos. We do not own all of these books, and we really should, but we don't. I've also got two in the Moist von Litwig series. The first one is Going Postal, and then also Rising Steam. Then for the Night Watch, we have Guards, Feet of Clay, Jingo, The Last Elephant, which up until recently we had two identical copies of, and then Thud. In terms of more random books set within the Discworld, we have Pyramid, Small Gods, Moving Pictures, which I'm actually reading right now. The Amazing More Recent is Educated Rodents, though I always want to call it The Amazing More Recent is Technicolor Dreamcoat, The Truth, and then Unseen Academicals. Then we also have the Discworld Complete Atlas, which is essentially a giant atlas of all of the different planes within the Discworld, this kind of thing. I actually found this in a charity shop and I could not have been happier when I found it. And then the final book I have within the Discworld is by Rhianna Pratchett, and that is Tiffany Aching's Guide to Being a Witch. This is not by Terry Pratchett himself, this is by his daughter, but I'm still very excited to own this one because it is literally all about Tiffany Aching and her guide to being a witch. And it also comes in this really gorgeous case and has sprayed edges. Then outside of the Discworld, we also have Good Omens with this absolutely awful cover I absolutely hate, and then also the TV show cover, which I much prefer. Truckers, which I actually found at the exact same time as I found also the Atlas, which I was very pleased about. Strata, The Dark Side of the Sun, and then also Johnny and the Dead. Then I also have the latest thing and possibly the final new thing to ever be published by Terry Pratchett, and that is A Stroke of the Pen, and this is a series of short stories that he wrote before he wrote the Discworld. Then we have the cassette versions of some of these on audiobook. We don't even own a cassette player, but we're not getting rid of these, despite the fact we don't own a cassette player, but we own them. Anyway, one of them is A Hatful of Sky, which is one of the Tiffany Aching books. Then Monstrous Regiment, and then also Night Watch, both of which are part of the Night Watch series. Johnny and the Bomb, Guards, which again is part of the Night Watch series, and then Sorcery again. And then we also have quite a few on CD as well, including Moving Pictures, Nation, which is not part of the Discworld at all. This is just a completely separate series in of itself. Then also Men at Arms, which I'm 90% sure is part of the Night Watchman. Pyramids, The Amazing More Recent is Educated Rodents, Rising Steam, I Shall Wear Midnight, Equal Rights, Unseen Academicals, Dodger, which if I remember rightly isn't part of the Discworld at all. No, this is actually Dickensian London. Okay then, I think this is a retelling of The Artful Dodger. Don't quote me on that. I haven't properly looked into it. There's too many books to look into properly now. I kind of just sort of cherry pick whichever Discworld book I want or just Terry Pratchett book I want. I don't properly go through them, I guess you could say. But anyway, we also have Eric, Reaper Man, and then The Thief of Time. And that is all of the physical ones I've got, but then we also have Moving Pictures as well on Libro FM, which is how I'm currently listening to it. So we own 3 copies of Moving Pictures, but not one of Shepherd's Crown, or several others. It's chaos Terry Pratchett would be proud of. That's just what I keep on saying. It's chaos that Terry Pratchett would be proud of. And that is our entire Terry Pratchett collection. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me your favourite Terry Pratchett book. I'd love to know. Or if you don't have that much time, leave me a turtle emoji down below to let me know that you were here. I'll also leave a link as well down below to all my social media if you want to check it out, including to the Comic Book Sanctum, which is my website dedicated to Marvel Comics if you want to check that out. As well as a link as well down below to my bookish Etsy store that sells bookish merch if you want to treat yourself to something today, or if you just want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time everyone, bye!